Welcome everyone in HueFin News. Today is December the 18th, 2017. This is our daily cryptocurrency market analysis where we are giving you the news according to the charts. Thank you all for tuning in today. And we must say that today was just like any other regular day. The market continues to move higher. The market cap, as you guys can see on this website, is back up to 616.3 billion, just inching our way closer to the $1 trillion cap, which is a phenomenal for this new innovation called cryptocurrencies. It's very powerful to see that the world is finally grasping on to the potential that the cryptocurrency can give to all of mankind. You guys can see that Bitcoin, though, for today just traded sideways on today, was down 0.61, but majority of all the other cryptocurrencies ended the day higher, almost substantially higher. Ethereum up almost 10%. Bitcoin Cash, you can see, had double-digit gains in today, or for today. 17.18. Ripple up 6.5%. Litecoin up 12.68. Cardano's only down 0.5%. IOTA, look at IOTA, finally came back and ended the day positive, up almost 10%. Dash as well as up. NAM is up 20%. Monero, Bitcoin Gold, Neo, all of these cryptocurrencies, you guys can see, ended the day in the green, which is a positive sign to see. And it's almost to the point to where you can pick any one of these particular altcoins that we do on a regular basis and just park your money there and just sit it there, and it's pretty much guaranteed that the market will continue to move higher, at least for the time being. Now, what we do here on this channel is we're not giving you guys investment advice, and we're not investment advisors, okay? But what we do is analyze these charts to give you guys an idea of where the market is headed. And as a matter of fact, we want to give you all the opportunity to become your own self-sufficient traders in the market, so you too can learn where the market is going just by looking at the price bars and the volume. I mean, I continue to say this all the time, that regular traders now have the advantage that the professional traders have, and it's through the language of the markets. And that's what we're going to offer all of you, the opportunity to learn this language that no one else wants you to know. So let's go ahead and get into it. You guys can see that Bitcoin is up 0.20. Last trade was at 18,929. As we stated earlier in this video, you guys know that Bitcoin only traded sideways and analyzed for them to move lower, all the way back down to $18,000, and it did that, which is a pretty good sign to see that the market still came back up to close towards the open, and the close from yesterday. That's a pretty good sign, letting us know that the market participants are still in the buying mode, or at least interested in making the price move higher. And if we move into a 3-hour bars, we can show you at least how high Bitcoin can go. So the next area that Bitcoin is forecasted to go is at least to $19,200. And when I say at least, then that means that we're expecting it to at least go to $19,200, but it can definitely go higher than that. But our expectation is for Bitcoin to at least come to $19,200. And I know that some of you get the presumption that we don't get it exactly right, and I told you guys constantly that these cryptocurrencies are very volatile. We're trading in a volatile market, and you will not be able to be pinpoint accurate on a price prediction, but definitely our analysis in the direction and where these cryptos are going is pinpoint. And at least Bitcoin is going to come up to 19,200. That's pretty much a high probability for us to say that. The market is still giving us precursors of strength on this 3-hour bars. That's why we're confident in saying that Bitcoin is going to at least come up to 19.2. Now, it definitely could go higher than that. I mean, the next area would be 19,600, and then next after that would be all-time highs. But currently, for what we see according to these bars, is that Bitcoin could come up to 19,200, and then from there it might move lower, because that is a resistance area. And that is expectation. If we do not get a continuation of precursors of strength bars, then the market will move lower. But if we get continuation, then the next area is going to be 19,600. But overall, our analysis is for Bitcoin to be moving higher. So now let's go to Ethereum. So Ethereum is up 9.60%. Last trade was $778.26. And a lot of these cryptocurrencies traded lower in the beginning half of the trading day. And that's what our analysis was on our video yesterday, was for the cryptocurrencies to move lower to find support. And after it found support, you guys can see that the market was able to move substantially higher. And especially for Ethereum, made all-time highs for Bitfinex. And the market came all the way up to and around $800. Which is a good sign for this particular cryptocurrency, especially for the fact that the market moved lower in the beginning half of the trading day, but it overcame all the selling and was able to close at all-time highs. So that is a very good indication that Ethereum will continue to be moving higher. So looking at the 3-hour bars, just in case Ethereum is going to be moving lower, you guys can tell that the next support area is $740 on the 3-hour charts, but we could get a better picture on the 1-hour chart. So the first area is going to be $770 for Ethereum to come and find support, because currently we're getting stockpile precursors of weakness as it is trading higher, and the support area at least might be around 770 or the high of this particular bar, which was $774, $775. Then the market can turn and move higher. If $770 or $775 does not hold, then the next probable area for Ethereum can be 760 in or around that area, $765. Okay, but definitely we still have buyers in the market currently for Ethereum, but on the 1-hour bars, the market is still going to be moving lower, and we told you where that support is. Now on the 3 hours, the market can definitely come to 740 if the market is really giving us a lot more stockpile on this particular bar. But the market participants has consumed all of the selling that occurred on this bar, and the market is still giving us interest in higher prices. So that's going to be our analysis for Ethereum. But just note that we gave you those support areas if Ethereum is going to be moving lower in the short term. So now let's go to Bitcoin Cash. So Bitcoin Cash is up 15.50%. Last trade was at $2,115. So the market has finally, well, not finally, but it made a very wide price spread bar today with a stockpile on it, but the market moved lower from what our video stated yesterday, and it came all the way and found support around $750, what we told you yesterday. And you guys can see that it found support and was able to move higher from that point. Now the market is still giving us precursors of strength on the daily price bars, so we're still looking for Bitcoin Cash to move lower. But we always acknowledge the fact that today's bar has given a stockpile, so the market is going to be moving lower, and we need to find where that support area is going to be for Bitcoin Cash. So this is the 1-hour chart for Bitcoin Cash. The market found support around 2080. But ultimately, the market can come all the way back down to 2040 or definitely $2,000. That's the next key area for Bitcoin Cash, is around $2,000. If the market doesn't hold in or around 2080 or even to the low of this particular bar, which was around 2075. Okay, but currently on these 1-hour bars, you guys can see that we're getting stockpile in the market, precursors of weakness. So we need to find support first before Bitcoin will move higher from that point. And that first area we're looking at is 2080. If not 2080, then 2057. But then ultimately that support is going to be around 2000 if those two areas don't hold support. So right now we're looking for Bitcoin Cash to move lower. And once it hits those support areas, then it can bounce from there and move higher. Okay. So yeah, definitely around 2050, 2057 could be where support is for Bitcoin Cash. But we're definitely getting stockpile on these particular bars. And if this bar closes lower than the close of this one, then definitely 2050 is in the cards. So now let's go to Ripple. So Ripple is up 5.26%. Last trade was around 74.5 cents. And this is a very good precursor to strength bar for Ripple. The market came all the way down to 65 cents that we analyzed in our video yesterday. But you guys can see that the market participants has bought up all the selling that occurred on today. And the bar was able to close towards the high of yesterday's high. So that tells us that the interest in higher prices is still there in Ripple, and it runs a higher probability of even reaching that $1 mark. But currently it has to go through 90 cents before that will happen. But definitely, given this particular bar we have here, this daily price bar from today is giving us that notion that Ripple is going to be moving higher. But today has given us stockpile as well. So let's see how low can Ripple go. So Ripple can definitely find support in or around 70 cents. That is a very key support area for Ripple. If it cannot hold 70 cents, then definitely 65 cents is going to be in play once again, just like on this particular bar. So expect Ripple to at least come down to 70 cents prior to finding support, or it might just come down to the lows of these particular bars, which was around 72 and upper 72 cents to around 73 cents, and the market will move higher from there. But definitely on the daily price chart, Ripple is going to be moving higher. It might just trade sideways to lower tomorrow, but that's not even a guarantee as well. But we're still looking for Ripple to move higher in the long term, but we need to find support first, and we told you where it might be, around 73 cents or even 70 cents, and then from there it should bounce and move higher. So now let's go to Litecoin. So Litecoin is up 11.78%. Last trade, $348 and $349.61. So again, another cryptocurrency that made all-time highs in Bitfinex today. You guys can see that the market moved lower according to our analysis. Found support around $291. We said $290. And you guys can see that the market participants has bought up all of the selling that occurred today in Litecoin, giving us a precursor to strength as well on the daily price chart. So this is another cryptocurrency that we're looking forward to continue to move higher. But given the fact that the bar did not close towards the very high of the bar, lets us know that stockpile or sellers are in the market at this price range. So it might find support around $340, but ultimately it can be in or around $321 to $325 within that range for Litecoin. So moving into a 1 hour bars for Litecoin, you guys can see support can definitely be around $344 or even $340 for Litecoin. But if the market is really going to give us a lot more sellers in the market, then $330 in around $330 is going to be a key area of support. But actually, I actually see that 320 is the truest area of support for Litecoin, but it's going to give us a lot more definite precursors of weakness bar, like a push to go down, which is quite a ways away in order for that to occur. But we don't necessarily see that happening at the moment. But we are getting weakness in Litecoin at this time. So we're expecting it to at least possibly come to the high of this bar, which is $344, $345 and find support, or it can come all the way to $340. Okay. Now, you know, one thing I can do is move into a smaller time frame to get a more accurate picture. So this is 30 minutes. So looking at the 30-minute bars, you guys can see, like we said, $344 is a definite area, and as well $340 could be the next area for Litecoin. So look for those two areas for Litecoin to come and find support. If not that, then ultimately the next area is 328. So we gave you those three price areas to find support, so Litecoin can turn around and move higher once again. But currently we're getting weakness, and that's why on this analysis, as we're looking at this chart, we're saying that it's going to move lower, but we're expecting it to continue to move higher in price though. So now let's go to Dash. So Dash is up 5.80% last trade, $1,151.20. Just like with Litecoin, you guys can see that the market moved lower, but the buyers came interested in the price around that price range, and it was able to push all the way up towards $1,190, almost $1,200, but it did not close towards the high of today's bar, which means stockpile is still in the market, or sellers are in the market as Dash continues to move higher. But given the fact that the bar closed towards the high from yesterday, it's still giving us signals. The market is still telling us that it wants to move higher. So now let's move to a 3-hour bars just to see where support is. So the first area of support is 1125. We told you guys that yesterday, because on our analysis yesterday we said that the market was just trading sideways between 1040 and 1125, and now that new support area is 1125 or even $1,100 for Dash. So we're expecting the market to at least come to one of those two price areas, or it can even come all the way down to 1050 if we get enough sellers in the market. But currently we're not getting that. As a matter of fact, the current bar is even consuming all of the stockpile from this completed bar. So the market may continue to move higher from where it is now, but overall we're still looking for Dash to move higher, but it might come to support around 1125, 1100, or even 1050. So now let's go to Neo. So Neo is up 14.57% last trade, $76.66. So again, this very wide push to go bar that we had yesterday with stockpile on it is just a continuation of interest in higher prices. For today, the volume is still heavier, almost about the same as what it was yesterday. The market still moved lower from our analysis, so we was right in our analysis. The market came and found support around $61. I think we said 64, ultimately 60. But the market came and closed around 61.85. But nevertheless, the market still moved lower, and it caught support at that price, and it was able to overcome all of the selling that occurred from the stockpile yesterday, and it was able to close towards a little bit towards the high of today's bar, not necessarily. So we still have stockpile on today's bar. So we're going to acknowledge that Neo can move lower. And let's see where that can be. So definitely Neo moves lower. It can come all the way back down to $72.50. Ultimately, it can come all the way down to $70. We can find that as a very good place for support. The market continues to trade sideways, and even as we're getting stockpile in these bars, the market is still interested in higher price. So that's why we're getting a lot more inclination for Neo to be moving higher, and it might just come to the high of this bar, even $80. But if we get a lot more volume than what we're getting on these completed bars, then Neo will be making all-time highs again tomorrow, or maybe just come back to the high of this completed bar of around $83.11. But overall, we're still getting strength in Neo at this time. So our analysis for them to move higher, but if it moves lower, $75 or even $72.50, and then the third area will be $70 that we're watching for Neo to come and find support. So next is going to be IOTA. So IOTA is up 14.05% last trade, $4.18, and we told you that 350 is a major key support area for IOTA. The market came back down to $3.52 today, and it found that support again. It was able to shoot higher, which is a good sign, especially for IOTA, since it's just been trading sideways over the last couple of trading days. And to see that it finally close above $4, because that was a major resistance area for IOTA, it's also a good sign for them to continue to move higher. Now, stockpile is still on the bar for today, So let's see where support is. So support for IOTA is going to be at $4. That is the next support area. It was resistance as it was trading below $4, but now since it closed above it, $4 is now acting as support. If it breaks support, then Ripple can come back down. IOTA can come back down to $3.80 or even $3.60 or 40 cents. Those are three areas we're looking at for support. So 380, 360 or 340 is the key areas of support for IOTA. But currently on the 3-hour bars, you guys can see that the market is still maintaining price. We're getting stockpile though, but the market is still trading sideways. The bars is getting a lot smaller. So overall, the selling that is occurring right now in IOTA is being weakened, is being consumed, and once that is ended, the market will continue to move higher. But if not, we told you where those support areas is going to be, and that is where the support is going to be, and the market will be moving higher from that and higher. So now let's go to the last one, which is Monero. So Monero is up 7.25%. Last trade, $366.70. All-time highs again. Market moves lower throughout the trading day for Monero. You guys can see found support 320, and we told you guys that. So if you guys entered the trade around $320, you had substantial gains today in Monero. The market also made all-time highs for this particular altcoin. We're getting stockpile on today's bar, which is the indication that the market is having sellers in it. So that's why the market, or this particular bar, is moving lower now. So looking at the 3-hour bar, support is definitely in or around $360, or the low of this bar, $358, so about $360. But we definitely like $350 as support for Monero. So the market can definitely come back there and find support. But ultimately, if we move to a 1 hour. So 1 hour, $355 is support, or even $350. And then the next area can be $340. So those are three support areas we're looking for Monero to come and find support. And if this spread and this bar closes lower than this completed close, then the market definitely will come back down to $355 or even $350. Okay, but currently we're getting consumption on this bar. So if the next bar closes higher than this one, then Monero will be moving higher. But if not, then the market will be moving lower. That is going to be the conclusion of what's going to happen in Monero for tomorrow, or at least in the next couple of hours. So right now we just need to get confirmation that the buyers are now in control. Right now they're not. They're trying to maintain price, but if they're not successful, the market will move lower. If they are, the market will move higher. So that next bar is going to be a crucial bar for everyone who is interested in Monero. So that's all we have for today. Appreciate you all watching and subscribing to this channel, HueFin News. It's our purpose to show you that you can also predict price movement without analyzing, without understanding indicators, moving averages, Fibonacci retracements, Elliott waves, moving, anything of that nature. You don't need to know that. Okay, the only thing you need to know is price bars and volume and their meanings and the whole outlook of the chart, and you will also become more profitable in understanding what the chart is saying to you. So that's all we have for today, guys. Stay profitable, and I will talk to you later.